Okay, we're back. I want to give a quick run through of the second Machinist module. This one is definitely more complicated and difficult than the last one. And I'll just start by this is the opening screen that you'd see if you started up the game. I kind of was messing around with it before I started recording, but the idea here is that these darn chickens locked us in the shop, so I found some kind of funny low poly chickens to hover on the top of the fence here, and they locked us in the yard. There's a big lock on the fence, and we need to go and make a rocket to get the key from our truck so we can get out of there. So it says head into the shop and press H for help. So on this one I got some feedback of we need kind of a help screen or some stuff in the last module. So in this one, if you press H, you get a list of the things that you need to do, an order of operations that you need to go through. So the first one is go to the workbench and pick up a workpiece. So we'll do that. We'll turn around and there's our shop, and we'll go to the shop. And things are a little slow for me because I have my screen capture software in. It's pretty RAM heavy. So anyways, it says press E to open, so you actually press E to open that door. Or if you want it to be a little bit breezier in the shop, you can actually open up the main door here. Okay, so we're going to continue. So we want to go to the workbench and pick up the workpiece and follow the instructions in the help menu step by step. So here we have a lathe and two workbenches, and on one of the workbenches we have various samples of materials that we're going to turn in the lathe to make our rocket. And then over on this other table we have a caliper, which we're going to use to do some measuring. So the first step that we're supposed to do is go over to the workbench and grab the sample. So here on the sample we have 5 different types of material, and we have an actual sample ourselves. So we go to the workbench and pick up the workpiece. So the workpiece is the one in the middle, and I'll just point my target at it and click and pick it up. And now the next step that I need to do is identify the material type by comparing it to the samples. So the 5 samples here are aluminum, steel, carbon steel, stainless steel, plastic, and brass. So all of these different materials in a lathe all need to be turned at a different rotation speed as compared to the diameter to efficiently cut it. So what we need to do is we need to compare. So is it aluminum? Is it steel? Is it stainless? It's definitely not plastic or brass. So by comparing this, you have to kind of look. Is it steel? It looks like it's aluminum to me. So this one is aluminum. So we've identified it as aluminum. And then the next thing we need to do is number 3 is place the workpiece in the chuck. So I will go over to the lathe and I will place the material into the chuck. And there we go. So it's in the chuck. Next step, pick up the calipers from the table and measure the diameter and write it down. So these kind of like if you were a tradesperson in the field and you had a notepad and a pen in your pocket. I designed this game to kind of be simulating kind of some of the environments and the things that you would see in industry. So I grabbed my pencil and I got my pad of paper, and I'm going to go over and I'm going to pick up the vernier caliper off the bench. Okay, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to measure the workpiece and write down the number. Okay, so this is 9.56 centimeters. Okay, and then the vernier caliper actually just set it so that it just automatically snaps back and goes back over to the table. And so now we have a piece of aluminum that is 9.56 centimeters in diameter. So now our next thing we need to do is calculate how fast we need to rotate the lathe in order to cut this properly. So the first thing we need to do is convert the measurements to inches. So 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. So if we take our 9.56 and divide it by 2.54, we're going to get, I'll just pull up my other computer, 9.56 divided by 2.54, and we get 3.76 inches. Okay, so now that we've converted that to inches, we can use a formula to calculate the lathe speed. And so calculate the optimum lathe RPM to machine the material using the formula RPM equals cutting speed times 4 divided by diameter. Now we determined that the cutting speed, or that the material is made out of aluminum, and on the table it actually tells us what the cutting speed is for that. So we take our cutting speed of our aluminum, times it by 4, and then divide it by the diameter in inches, which is 3.76, and that will give us a RPM that we're looking for. So I'll exit the help screen here and go over to the table, and we see that aluminum has a cutting speed of 500. So we want to go 500 times 4, which is 2000, divided by 3.76, which is the diameter of our workpiece. So if I do that, we get 531 RPM. Okay, so the next step that we need to do, now that we've calculated, is set the lathe speed levers to the closest setting to the optimum RPM you calculated. So if I go to the lathe, you'll see that there is 2 levers, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then there's also a high-low. So if I wanted to set it to 531, you can see that number 1 actually is very, very close to that, 1 high. So I would set my my speed lever 1, 2, 3, 4 positions to position 1, and then the second one I have a high-low option. So I'm going to set that one to high. And then once I'm happy with it and I've set this to the right speed, what I'll do is I will actually turn on the lathe, and you see that the lathe starts to spin, and as the tool piece comes in and comes in contact with it, I'll either get a success or a negative result. So I got a positive signal there. The lathe turned off and it machined apart, and what it actually made was it made a rocket, which was what we were trying to do. So now what I have to do is I have to take the rocket and put it over on the launch pad, and I need to go get my keys from the truck. So if I grab the rocket and go over and place it on the launch pad, then it'll take me to level 2. Now one thing I want to just kind of point out here that I forgot to mention before is that every time that you play this game, each one of these every time the workpiece that I put in the lathe is generated, it's going to randomly generate one of those 5 materials, and it's also going to generate a random diameter. So when you measure, it's going to, every time that you do it, is going to be completely different. And if I was to have chosen the wrong settings in the lathe, then when I turned the lathe on, it would have destroyed the workpiece, and a new workpiece that was completely different material, different diameter would appear for the student to go through and try again. So it's a game that can be attempted over and over and over again. So if I take the rocket that we made over to the launch pad, and I will drop it on the launch pad, and that will signal to transfer to level 2, and we'll let it load. Okay, so here we are in level 2. Now I need to make a little bit of an adjustment on the camera angle in this, but now what we have is, if you look in the very bottom left corner, you can kind of see it. I'll launch there. We have a rocket. So this rocket is just as simple as just press the space button and it launches, or you can press D or A for it to fly. So what we need to do now is we need to fly through the maze of chickens and birds and dragons to grab the key out of our truck. And this is something that the students really have enjoyed playing, and you try to get through, and because I've been practicing and developing, but I'll show you what happens when you hit a chicken or you hit a bird. That the rocket gets knocked out of the sky and it just resets. So you get a lot of different times, and this was designed, I made this quite challenging with the birds traveling up and down in a sinusoidal pattern, and kind of mess things up. But if you are able to fly the rocket and launch in the back of the truck, then you get the key. And then I haven't uploaded it, but I have another level where then you just need to fly back with the key and bring it back to the yard to get out to unlock the lock.